The great thing about writing for kids is there's one basic rule that's easy to follow and that you have to follow, and that is to tell a good story. Here on 207 with us tonight is Tanya Chevenel, the author of the new book, Hop Onward, Rabbit, Rabbit, A New England Cottontail's Journey. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
This is your third book for children, correct?
This is officially second book.
Second book. What is it that you like about writing for kids?
I think it's because the inner kid in me had a lot to say. And it took all these decades to have the courage to say it. But I think it's because my imagination can run free, and it feels like there's less boundaries and less auditing and editing going on.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. The kid in you can come out. This is a book that has an interesting story about how it came to be. What was the inspiration for this?
Okay, well, this book really was not on the radar, but then the unlikely summer of 2020 came around. We were about 10 weeks into the pandemic.
Right.
Everything I had scheduled for that summer wasn't going to happen, and so I was still home trying to figure that out. One morning I was standing at my door looking outside, and I see this beautiful rabbit hop out of nowhere and then go running over to a big clump of dandelion stalks, and it starts eating.
And this is, these days in Maine, a rare event.
It is. In other states, it's more common to see wild rabbits, but in all my years in Maine, this was only the second time I had ever seen one, and I just remember thinking, like, what are you doing here? And so, over the next 110 days, that really weird summer of 2020, I was basically embedded with between 1 and 4 New England cottontail rabbits, and they showed me what they're doing here.
How many cottontail rabbits, New England cottontail rabbits, are there in Maine now, roughly?
The estimate is about 300 rabbits total.
There used to be a lot more, right?
Yes. New England cottontails are they're native Maine rabbits. Their worldwide range has always been New England and eastern New York. But over time, the pockets of habitat that works for them have become more and more fragmented. And the other thing is there are a lot of predators that just love to snack on these rabbits.
This story is about a rabbit on a journey. What is it on a quest for?
This little lonely New England cottontail rabbit is looking for another New England cottontail rabbit, and it goes on a journey across habitats and seasons in Maine, and it ends up meeting very unlikely species or uncommon species throughout the book.
So you have here a story that will appeal to kids. It's a whimsical, funny, quirky kind of story, but there's also a message here too.
Yeah, there's a couple of underlying themes, and one is looking at, taking action in our lives, the hopping onward. What role does that have with also luck, which is represented by the rabbit rabbit? And so I really was interested in thinking about, with only if like you're a species with only 300 rabbits around, like what do you have to do to find another rabbit, and how lucky might you be? And it also kind of goes for humans. That
loneliness is kind of poignant actually in the story, because the rabbit is looking for other rabbits and just has an extremely hard time trying to find one.
Yeah, it's a book about resilience and also then friendship at the end. There's a chipmunk that plays a big part in this book, and you see at the end how it comes together.
As with most kids, or most books for kids this age, aimed at kids this age, the illustrations are absolutely crucial. Laura Winslow, I thought, did an exceptional job of illustrating this book.
She's amazing. This is the second book. She also illustrated the Maine birthday book, my first book, and she knew how special this relationship I had with the rabbits had become, and she painted that into these watercolor illustrations so beautifully, and cared very much about the habitats here in Maine, the seasons, the colors, and I was so lucky to work with her.
And you really now, you're kind of an ambassador for these cottontails, aren't you? You want to get the word out about them.
I was captivated. They got my curiosity going, and that's what I'm hoping that this book will do, is like really raise awareness and some curiosity, and they're just amazing, cute.
They are, without question, irresistibly adorable. Tanya, thank you for coming in. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
As always, again, the name of the book, Hop Onward, Rabbit, Rabbit. If you'd like more information about the book and its author, just head to the 207 section of our News Center Maine website or app. Stay with us. 207 will return right after this.